Hey, Julie! It's been so long! How have you been holding up?
Nolan, it really has been a while. I've been doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you? Is everything okay? You don't usually call out of the blue like this.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Actually, I called because I heard something interesting from Mom. It's about the company.
Oh, the company? What about it?
I heard that Dad's company, which was almost bankrupt, has made a surprising recovery. It's doing better now, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. It's been a long and difficult road, but with everyone's cooperation, the employees, our clients, and business partners, all of us working together, things have finally started to look up. Sales have even increased in the past few months.
Wow, that's incredible! You know, I've always been curious about this. Didn't you used to work in management before all this? Back when you weren't involved in the family business, you were doing something else, right? It's pretty impressive, especially since, well, you didn't finish high school.
Yes, that's true. I earned a certification as a management consultant and worked briefly in that field, but that was all before I got married. It feels like a lifetime ago now.
So you were able to use that experience to help the company? That makes sense. Still, I'm honestly surprised you managed to pull it off. I mean, let's be real. It was such a small, struggling company that was barely holding on. Companies like that almost never make a comeback these days. What you've achieved is incredibly rare. I'm sure Dad is smiling down on you from heaven.
Thank you, but it's really thanks to our customers and the kindness of our business partners. We've been very fortunate to have such support.
Oh, come on, you don't need to be so humble. You've done something amazing here, and you should be proud of yourself.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
So, here's the thing. I was actually thinking about stopping by the company sometime soon.
Oh, you're planning to visit the company?
Yeah, I thought it might be a good idea to take a closer look at the company's current situation, to get a sense of where things stand now that it's doing better.
I see. Well, you're welcome to visit any time. Just let me know in advance so we can prepare.
Great. And while I'm at it, I'd like you to start preparing for something else, too. The process of transferring the position of president to me.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Well, this company was originally founded by Dad, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Then it's only natural that, as his son, I should be the one to inherit it. From this point forward, the family will take over. As for you, the high school dropout who just happened to be sitting in the president's chair, it's time for you to step aside. You'll be dismissed.
What?
Why do you sound so surprised? It's absurd to think that someone like you, an outsider, could remain the president of this company. Don't you think that's a bit much?
Do you have any idea how hard I've worked to turn this company around?
And I've already thanked you for that, haven't I? But from now on, it's my turn to take over.
Even so, why can't my husband take over instead? He was the closest to Dad, even closer than you and I, right?
Absolutely not. That loser couldn't possibly handle running a company. Isn't that why you had to step in and take over in the first place?
That's not true. My husband has his own job, and he couldn't just abandon it at the time. I was a stay-at-home wife, and I had the time and the knowledge of business management. That's why I stepped in to take over after your dad passed. Please don't talk about my husband like that.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. The bottom line is this: the company belongs to me. You're practically not even family anymore, considering that you never talk to Mom like I do still. You're just some high school dropout who should feel lucky she even got the chance to sit in the president's chair for as long as she did. So start making the necessary preparations for the transition. I'll be in touch soon, and I expect everything to be ready by then. Got it?
Nolan, you don't understand. The company isn't just a title or a family heirloom. It's the result of hard work and dedication. I didn't take this role lightly, and I won't step aside without a fight.
Oh, is that supposed to scare me? Look, I'm not interested in your emotional attachment to the company. It's mine now, and I don't need your permission.
Do you even know how to run a company, Nolan? Have you ever dealt with contracts, negotiations, or employee concerns? This isn't something you can just inherit without any idea of what you're doing.
I'll figure it out. I'll hire people to handle all of that. The important thing is that it stays in the family. That's what matters.
And what about the people who work here? What about their livelihoods? Their families? Do they mean nothing to you?
Oh, please, stop trying to guilt trip me. I'm not here to run a charity. The company will be fine under my leadership.
Fine? You think this is just about leadership? It's about relationships and trust, things you've never built with these people. If you walk in and take over like this, you'll destroy everything we've worked so hard to rebuild.
Well, I guess we'll see, won't we? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have plans to make. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, Julie.
Harder? You're the one making this impossible. I won't let you ruin what so many people have worked for.
You don't have a choice. This is happening whether you like it or not.
Mom, do you have a moment right now? Oh, of course. Is something the matter? Actually, I wanted to talk to you about the company. Oh, is it more good news? The last update about the company's improved sales was such a delight to hear. I still can't believe how much things have turned around. You've really been our savior, you know? Not just for the company, but for your father and all the employees who have supported us for so long. Oh no, you're giving me too much credit. I haven't done anything that remarkable. Don't be so modest. Honestly, what you've done is nothing short of incredible. I just don't know how we could ever repay you for all you've done. Please, there's no need to think that way. I truly mean it. You and Dad have treated me so well ever since I graduated and moved in with you both again. So when the company faced its succession crisis, it felt like the perfect time for me to step in. I was at a point in my life where I was considering returning to work anyway, so when the opportunity came up, I offered to take on the role, and I'm grateful you entrusted me with it. Still, if things hadn't worked out, we would have been in such trouble. I can't imagine the company going bankrupt. It would have caused you so much stress. That's not entirely true. In the event of bankruptcy, the company's debt doesn't automatically transfer to the president or their family. It's a common misconception. Of course, ensuring that our employees were taken care of would have been a top priority, but it wouldn't have been a catastrophic personal financial burden. It wasn't quite the all-or-nothing gamble it might have seemed. Even so, I knew how much the company meant to everyone, my husband included, and I was determined to do my best to preserve it. And you did more than your best. You succeeded. I can't thank you enough. It wasn't just me. Everyone played a part. The employees, the business partners, and even our customers. But I'm glad we're finally moving in the right direction. You know about the living arrangement. We'd be more than happy to have you move in with us. With everything you've done, you deserve to be surrounded by support. I imagine being alone at home can sometimes feel isolating. Oh, I couldn't possibly impose on you like that. You've already done so much for me, and I'd feel bad taking advantage of your kindness. Don't think of it that way. Really, we'd love to have you. It's no trouble at all. You've taken care of the company. Let us take care of you. Thank you for saying that. I'll think about it, but on the topic of the company, there's something I need to discuss. Nolan contacted me earlier and, well, he said he wants to become the company's president. What? Nolan said that? Yes, he sent me a message about it just a little while ago. That child! Can you believe him? When we first asked him to take over the company, he flat out refused. And now that he sees the company is making money again, he suddenly changes his tune? Unbelievable! What do you think we should do? If he's serious about it, I'm willing to consider stepping aside. I have no problem letting him take over if he's truly committed. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The company's finally turning a profit again. After all the struggles, it's finally looking stable. Do you think he'd really be able to handle it? I'm not concerned about the money. My husband earns a steady income, and we're comfortable. It's more about what's best for the company and the people who depend on it. But that's just it. I don't know if Nolan is truly serious about this. You know how he is. He's always been so impulsive, jumping into things without thinking them through, and then abandoning them the moment he gets bored. I see your point. If he's just acting on a whim, it could end up doing more harm than good. Exactly. It's not that I don't love my son, I do, but I can't ignore his track record. And this isn't the kind of responsibility you can take lightly. Understood. I'll make sure to speak with him about it in detail and gauge how serious he really is. Please do. The last thing we need is for all your hard work to go to waste. If he's genuinely committed and prepared to take on the challenges, then we can discuss it further. But if this is just another one of her passing whims, I won't let him risk the company's future. Don't worry, Mom. I'll handle it carefully. Whatever happens, I'll make sure the company stays on the right path. Thank you. I trust you completely. And please, let me know how the conversation goes. I will. Thank you for your support.
Julie, just letting you know, I'll be heading over there next week.
I see. Well then, I'll be expecting you.
Have you made all the arrangements for the transition of leadership?
Nolan, before we go ahead with that, could we have a proper conversation first?
Sure, what is it?
Why did you suddenly decide you wanted to become the president of the company? Before, you didn't want anything to do with it. In fact, you outright refused.
Oh, come on, isn't it obvious? Who in their right mind would have taken that role back then? The company was on the verge of collapsing. Who wants to deal with that kind of mess?
I get that. I understand it wasn't an appealing situation. But now, what changed? Why do you want to take over the company all of a sudden?
Isn't it obvious the company's doing well now, right? Profits are soaring and everything's on the upswing. Why wouldn't I want to step in when it's finally worth my time?
So, you're not doing this because you care about the company or want to continue our father's legacy?
Legacy? Please, that man barely even acknowledged me as his son. Why should I care about preserving something he built? This isn't about him. It's about me.
I've known for a while that you and our parents didn't have the best relationship, and I'm not here to judge you for that. But Nolan, running a company isn't as simple as just taking over and watching the money roll in.
Oh, really? Then what is it? Enlighten me.
Even when things are going well, you can never predict what might happen next. The economy could shift, competitors could emerge, or internal issues could arise. A company's success is fragile, and maintaining it takes more than just sitting in an office.
Sounds like a lot of unnecessary drama to me.
It can be, but that's the reality of leadership. And when things do get tough, it's your responsibility as the president to protect the employees who have worked tirelessly for the company.
Protect the employees? Why should I care about them? They're just workers. It's their job to take care of themselves.
Nolan, do you really believe that?
Of course I do. If the company goes under, that's on them for not doing their jobs properly. It's not my responsibility to babysit them.
That's not how it works. The employees have put their trust in the company. They've dedicated their time and effort to help it grow. As their leader, you'd have an obligation to look out for their well-being.
Obligation? Don't make me laugh! I'm not running a charity here. If they're so fragile that they can't survive a company collapse, that's their problem, not mine. Honestly, Julie, is this the kind of nonsense you've been worrying about as president?
It's not nonsense, Nolan. It's what leadership is about. It's about more than just profits. It's about people.
People, please, I'm not running for mayor. I'm here to make money, plain and simple. If that means firing a few useless employees along the way, so be it.
And what happens when you've pushed everyone too far? When morale drops and productivity plummets?
Then I'll fire them all and hire new people. Problem solved.
Nolan, that's not how you build a successful company. Employees aren't just tools to be discarded when they're no longer convenient. They're the backbone of the business. Without them, you have nothing.
You're exhausting. Look, if you're so worried about them, why don't you just stay and play mommy for the employees? Oh, wait, you can't because you're leaving.
I'm leaving because you've made it clear you don't respect the work I've done here or the people who have supported this company.
Good! The sooner you're out of the way, the sooner I can start running things my way.
And what exactly is your way, Nolan?
Simple. I'll cut the dead weight, streamline operations, and focus on maximizing profits. No more of this touchy-feely nonsense about employee welfare.
And when the employees start to resent you? When they stop putting in their best effort because they feel undervalued?
Then I'll replace them. I don't see why you're making this so complicated. Employees are replaceable, profits aren't.
You really don't care about anyone but yourself, do you?
Why should I? I'm the one taking the risk here. I'm the one stepping into the leadership role. Everyone else is just along for the ride.
That's not leadership, Nolan. That's selfishness.
Call it what you want. At the end of the day, I'll be the one with the power, not you.
Fine. If that's how you want to run the company, then it's yours. I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Oh, I'm more than ready. And you know what? I think I'll do just fine without your lectures, thank you very much.
Good luck, Nolan. You're going to need it.
Luck? I don't need luck. I've got this under control.
We'll see about that.
What is the meaning of this?
Is something wrong?
The moment I made my speech as the new CEO, every single one of them handed in their resignation letters.
I see. It seems that the employees might not have wanted you to become the CEO after all.
Ah, that can't be true. I'm the son of the founder. It's an honor for them to work under me, isn't it?
That might be how you see it, but for the employees, it doesn't matter who you are. They want to work for someone they trust. If you suddenly appear as the new CEO after the company started doing well, it's not surprising that they would reject you. That's just natural.
You must have told them something, didn't you?
What do you mean?
There's no way they would all resign at once without someone giving them instructions. This kind of thing couldn't happen without guidance, and who else could have done it but you?
Well, I did mention to the employees that I was stepping down as CEO and introduced you as the new CEO. I also took the opportunity to tell them what kind of person you are and how you view employees.
What do you mean?
I told them that you're the kind of CEO who has no qualms about cutting employees off when it's convenient.
If that's what you told them, then of course they would resign.
Yes, that's exactly why they left. So I would appreciate it if you didn't try to turn this into some sort of conspiracy of mine. My stance has always been the same. I've always wanted to protect the employees. If I have to do anything for that, I will.
You're unbelievable. You just wanted to get back at me, didn't you? You used the employees to do it. You're worse than I ever imagined.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never intended to do that.
What do you mean you never intended to do that? So what about all the employees who resigned? What are they gonna do now? Do you think they can just find new jobs easily in this economy?
Don't worry, I'm taking responsibility for that. I've gone ahead and established a new company, and I plan to hire all of the employees there.
What?
In exchange for welcoming you as the new CEO, I established a new company. I'm going to hire all of the employees from the old company to work there, and together we'll continue working as a team, so you don't have to worry about their livelihood.
I see. So that's what you were up to.
Does that make sense to you now?
Of course! Not only do I understand, but I actually want to thank you for it.
Thank me?
Yes, you've taken in all the dead weight from Dad's time, those employees who've been nothing but a burden, right? I'm so grateful. You saved me the trouble of cleaning up the mess.
I'm glad to hear that. But I wouldn't want my colleagues to have to work for someone who treats them as disposable. But now that the employees are gone, what's your plan?
That's easy. I'll just hire new people.
Hire new people? Who will you hire?
I'll hire people who will obey me without question. People who'll be loyal to me.
Do you really think you can run the company that way?
As long as I can maintain those contracts, money will come flowing in. Then I'll just hire a few workers who are competent enough to do the job and pay them low wages. It's that simple.
You really need to rethink that approach.
What's this? Are you trying to lecture me now? I've told you already, I have no interest in listening to anything you have to say.
I'm just trying to help you understand the realities of the situation. If you don't change your thinking, this could all fall apart very quickly.
I said I'm not interested. I'm not going to listen to your advice.
Well, if that's the case, then I wish you the best of luck.
You think I can't handle it? I'm more than capable of managing this company. I've got the experience and the resources to make it work. You underestimate me.
I'm not underestimating you. I'm telling you, running a company isn't just about making money. It's about taking care of the people who help make that money possible. Without a reliable team, everything can come crashing down, no matter how much money you make in the short term.
Oh, please spare me the lecture. This isn't about building relationships or taking care of anyone. It's about success and profits. The rest of it doesn't matter.
That's where you're wrong. Without your employees, there is no company. They are the backbone, the ones who keep everything running smoothly. And if you're so willing to dispose of them when things get tough, then you'll end up with nothing but a sinking ship.
You really think so? You think I can't manage it without them? You really believe that?
I do. I believe that if you don't change your approach, you'll alienate everyone and lose everything you've worked for. You're so focused on power and money that you've forgotten the most important part of running a business: people.
I don't need your advice, Julie. You're just bitter and angry because things didn't go the way you wanted them to. Well, too bad. This is my company now. I'll do things my way.
Fine, do it your way, but don't say I didn't warn you when it all falls apart.
You're too dramatic. I've got this under control. You'll see. You'll all see.
I hope for your sake you're right, but I still believe that you'll regret this in the end.
Whatever. I'll make it work. You've really gone too far this time! You have to know what this is doing to our business, don't you?
What are you talking about exactly? Could you be a little more specific?
I just got a call. The news came straight from all of our partners, every single one of them. They're not only pulling out of all the contracts, but they're actually saying they want to return to square one, voiding everything we've worked on. And guess what? They're all saying they want to work with your company instead. How could you have done something like this without a second thought? I honestly didn't believe it when I first heard it, but it's true. It's going way further than I imagined.
Hold on a minute. You're making it sound like I'm to blame for all of this, but if you really think about it, I didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean, you didn't do anything wrong? Are you seriously trying to claim that you had nothing to do with this whole mess?
Look, all I did was inform our business partners, as a matter of respect, about the change in leadership and the reasons why it happened. That's all. After hearing about it, they expressed an interest in working with the new company I'm establishing. So I simply went ahead and signed the necessary contracts with them. That's all that happened. It's really not something I should be blamed for.
You expect me to believe that? Are you honestly standing there telling me that you didn't play a part in this at all? This sounds like a lie, like you're making it up as you go.
It's not a lie, it's the truth. The whole thing happened exactly as I'm telling you, so now you're going to have to deal with it. You'll need to find new clients and partners for your business. I'm not sure what you were planning with hiring new employees, but that seems like a distant dream at this point. But I have faith in you. You're smart, and you've built a company before. You'll figure it out. I'm confident you'll bounce back, so good luck with that.
This is unbelievable! You think I'm just gonna sit here and let this happen? You honestly think that I'm just going to accept that you've stolen everything from us without consequences?
What's done is done. There's no need for your approval or permission. We're moving forward, starting fresh, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't try to get in our way from now on. There's no point in dragging this out any longer.
It seems like your company is doing quite well, Julie.
I honestly never thought that, after everything, you'd reach out like this. Given how things ended between us, I didn't expect you'd contact me.
Well, I've heard that your company is doing very well.
Yes, it's been going well, thankfully. But I should be giving most of the credit to my employees rather than to myself. They've really stepped up and done a great job, so I'm really just lucky to have such a strong team around me.
I see. As for me, my company, it's no longer in business. It's gone bankrupt. Everything's gone.
Yes, I heard that from your mother.
I'm really in a bad spot right now. Hey, could you lend me some money? The company's gone bankrupt and it's really tough. I'm desperate here.
Please don't lie. Even if your company goes bankrupt, the CEO typically does not carry the debt personally. In this situation, you should technically be unemployed now, and there shouldn't be any debt hanging over you.
Wow, you really know a lot about these things, don't you?
Well, I studied a little bit of finance in my spare time.
To be honest, this isn't even the first time I've had debt. My wife and I both had a gambling problem, and we ended up borrowing money to fuel that habit. The debt piled up, and then we kept gambling more in an attempt to pay it off, but that only made things worse. It turned into this endless cycle of debt and desperation.
So that's why you were so determined to take the position of CEO from me, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly right. But now, I'm asking you again, is there any way you could lend me some money? The debt collectors are putting so much pressure on me, and I'm really scared of what might happen if I don't pay them off. I'm so worried about what they'll do next if I can't come up with the money.
You've been borrowing money from those kinds of people?
Yes, at this point, there's really nowhere else to turn. The only places willing to lend to me now are extremely dangerous and shady.
In that case, you should go to the police. We can't help with this sort of thing. You need to take it to the authorities.
What do you mean? Are you telling me to go to the police? That's crazy!
Or you could consult a law firm that specializes in these things. They handle debt relief and might be able to help you. They could possibly negotiate your debt or even have some of it erased completely.
But I don't even have the money to consult with a lawyer. You're not even trying to help me. I've been swallowing my pride just to ask you for help, and this is how you respond?
I'd help if I could, but the situation you're in is entirely a result of your own choices. I can't fix something that you've brought upon yourself.
How can you be so heartless? We're family, aren't we? How can you just stand by and not help me when I'm in such a terrible position?
You're the one who treated me like a stranger in the first place. You were the one who kicked me out of the company and called me an outsider, even though I was a part of it before everything went south. You acted like I wasn't part of the family.
No, that's not what happened. You're mistaken.
Let me make it clear. You are not family to me. My family consists of my husband, my mom, my dad, and the employees who worked alongside us and supported us. Yes, there are people who aren't connected by blood, but they've been with us through thick and thin. We faced challenges together, and that makes them family. People like you, people who exploit others for their own benefit, don't deserve to be called family.
So, what if you just hired us at your company? My wife and I will work ourselves to the bone to help your company succeed. We'll do whatever it takes.
I'm sorry, but we cannot hire people who are in such significant debt. I suggest you try elsewhere. We simply can't offer you a position.
That's impossible! You're lying to me!
I'm afraid I have to block your number now. You'll need to figure this out on your own from here on. I'm sorry, but there's nothing more we can do for you. After that, it seems that Nolan started juggling multiple part-time jobs in an attempt to pay off his mounting debts. His days were consumed by endless shifts, trying to scrape together enough money to stay afloat. Unfortunately, no matter how many hours he worked, it never felt like enough. The debt was a constant, nagging presence in his life. And despite his best efforts, it seemed to grow rather than shrink. His wife, on the other hand, never showed any intention of stepping up. While Nolan worked tirelessly, she remained uninvolved in the financial aspect of their lives, not contributing to the household income. This created a growing sense of frustration and resentment between them, as Nolan felt like he was carrying the entire burden. The disparity between their roles only deepened the emotional divide that had been growing for some time. One night, the tension reached its breaking point. What started as a conversation about their finances quickly escalated into a full-blown argument. Words were exchanged that neither of them could take back. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about trust, responsibility, and the very foundation of their relationship. Nolan felt betrayed by her indifference to their situation, and she, in turn, felt overwhelmed by his anger and constant demands. The argument was so intense that it left both of them emotionally drained and unsure of how to move forward. In the end, the stress and unresolved issues tore their relationship apart. They got divorced, and just like that, Nolan found himself alone. The sense of isolation was unbearable. He was now living in a small apartment, his life consumed by the constant fear of debt collectors. Each knock on the door sent a jolt of panic through him, as he knew it was another reminder of the mess he'd gotten himself into. The silence in his apartment was deafening, and there was no one to share the burden of his anxiety, no one to help him through the sleepless nights. The weight of his situation became almost too much to bear. There were days when he would sit on his couch, staring at the empty walls, wondering where everything had gone wrong. The loneliness was suffocating, and the constant financial pressure made it hard to focus on anything else. Nolan was stuck in a vicious cycle, unable to escape the overwhelming demands of his debts and the emotional scars of his failed marriage. Meanwhile, on my side of things, I've been working tirelessly to increase the sales of my new company. Day and night, I dedicate myself to the success of this business, pushing myself to the limit in order to grow it and meet the targets set for the year. The pressure is always there, but it's a challenge I'm willing to face. There are moments when I wonder if it will ever pay off, but I remind myself that persistence is key. Each sale, Each milestone reached feels like a small victory, and it keeps me moving forward. The work has been intense, and I've had to make countless sacrifices. There's little time for anything else, and some days it feels like my entire world revolves around the company. It's draining. And yet, there's a sense of pride in what I'm building. I'm constantly learning, growing, and adapting, and while the long hours take their toll, the sense of purpose I have keeps me going. Actually, there's been a change in my personal life recently, something that has affected my daily routine in ways I didn't expect. I've started living with my mom once again. It wasn't a decision I made lightly. After all, I'm an adult now, and I thought I was past the stage where I'd be living with family. But the truth is, life has a way of throwing curveballs, and this change has been a positive shift for both of us. I know I had gone back and forth between living with my parents and not living with them, but since my father is no longer around, I think my husband and I being with my mom again is going to stay like this forever. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.